As sun sets on summer and dusk brings fall, the days grow short and the nights grow long. As dawn brings winter, the skies become gray, and the wind grows cold. By the fireside is where the stories are told.
Cedar Hollow was the kind of town where autumn never seemed to end. Its hills rolled like the ripples of a sleeping giant, gold and rust beneath a low, humming sky. A hand-painted sign greeted visitors on the crooked road leading in, home of the best Thanksgiving turkeys. The locals said it with pride, but no one remembered who had first painted the words. Mike had driven out from the city with his friend Two Blades, a tall, wiry man from Costa Rica whose nickname no one ever questioned. They were on a mission both simple and absurd, to find the perfect turkey. The rumor, whispered in the bar like a challenge, was that Old Man Thompson's barn held the finest bird in the county. The king of the feast, they called it. Inside, the air smelled of dust and ozone, and the dim light slanted across forgotten tools. And then they saw it. The turkey stood in the far corner, immense, its feathers glistening with oil-slick iridescence. Its eyes, deep, too deep, seemed to look through them. Mike grinned with triumph. "There she is," he said. "Dinner." Two Blades squinted. "Why do I feel like it's looking back?" When the turkey moved, it wasn't quite movement. The space around it seemed to bend slightly, like heat rising from asphalt. A low hum passed through the floorboards and up into their bones. Then the turkey's eyes glowed red. The sound it made wasn't a gobble. It was a long, wet exhalation, as though the air itself were being dragged out of the world. Mike staggered back. What the hell? The hum intensified, rattling tools from the walls. The turkey stepped forward, each motion wrong in its rhythm, each joint bending in ways that weren't designed for this plane of matter. They ran. Outside, they slammed the barn doors and collapsed in the dirt. The ground was trembling, a slow, steady pulse that seemed to echo with the beat of their hearts. Then Jenkins appeared, a bearded, leathery man with a shotgun and the weary patience of someone who'd seen the world go sideways before. "You idiots woke it up," Jenkins said flatly. Two Blades blinked. "Woke what up?" "The great spirit of the feast." Jenkins' eyes darted toward the barn. "There's a ritual, boy. Always has been. You take the turkey, you give thanks to it. Not the other way around." Mike frowned. "You mean we pray to the turkey?" But the air answered first. The barn doors exploded outward, and the turkey emerged, not a bird anymore, but a grotesque sprawl of feather and sinew, its form doubling and redoubling as if it were being refracted through invisible dimensions. Its beak opened, splitting farther than bone should allow, and from within came a voice that didn't fit in any throat. Jenkins fired. The sound vanished into the hum. Then the hum became a rhythm, pulsing, cyclic, almost musical. Mike fell to his knees, clutching his skull. The vibration was inside his head now, beating against his thoughts like a tuning fork. Two Blades shouted, "It's talking to me. In my bones, man, it's talking in my bones." Jenkins was shouting something about resonance, about aligning the frequencies. He raised his shotgun again and screamed, "Say the words." "Great spirit of the feast, we honor you," Mike shouted them. The sound came out warped, like his voice was being filtered through static. The turkey froze. For a moment, the world itself seemed to pause. And then the floor of reality cracked. A lightless wind poured from the sky, spiraling around the creature. The fields began to move, the corn bending toward the barn as though pulled by a silent gravity. The turkey swelled larger, feathers turning translucent, shot through with veins of red lightning. Two blades screamed, "It's growing, God, it's growing." But there was no God here. Only appetite. Jenkins lunged forward, pitchfork in hand. He drove it into the beast's side, and a torrent of blood, black, glittering like oil, splashed across the barn wall. It smelled of metal and decay and something older. The turkey screamed, not with pain but with amusement. The sound was unbearable, a language that was less heard than remembered. It spoke in the rhythm of neural oscillations, in alpha and gamma waves, in the resonant tone that hums between the Earth's crust and the ionosphere. The Schumann frequency itself, alive and pulsing, carried its message. Mike fell backward, eyes wide, and he saw, really saw, what it was. The turkey was only the interface. Beneath it was something vast, something planetary. The creature's body extended downward through the soil, into the bedrock, into the molten core. The Earth's magnetic field was its bloodstream. Its feathers were filaments of plasma whispering to the ionosphere. The bird was merely the face of an ancient circuit, the flesh of resonance, as Tesla might have said. Jenkins screamed and shoved the creature toward the old mulcher. Two blades helped, and for a moment, absurdity reclaimed the scene, three men wrestling a cosmic monstrosity into a farm machine. The blades roared. There was a sound like laughter and thunder at once. And then, silence. The turkey's head, if that's what it was, had been ground into pulp. The barn was a massacre of feathers and oil. Jenkins dropped to his knees. "We did it," he muttered. That night, they celebrated. They roasted what they thought were the remains. The smell filled the air, warm and comforting. For a few brief hours, they convinced themselves the nightmare was over. Then, as they ate, the hum returned. Faint. Subsonic. The plates rattled. The gravy trembled in its bowl. Two blades froze, fork halfway to his mouth. "You feel that?" Mike swallowed hard. Maybe, just the wind. But the air was vibrating again, rising in tone until it became a whisper. The sound came not from the kitchen, but from inside their skulls. The walls bulged. The ceiling split. A feather, long as a man's arm, slid through the plaster. Then another. Jenkins stood, shotgun trembling in his hands. "You can't kill a frequency," he whispered. "You can't kill a song." The room filled with light, not light, but resonance given form. Every object began to oscillate, plates, forks, bones, and hearts. Their own thoughts blurred with alien harmonics. Mike turned to two blades, his voice shaking. "It's in us now." And beneath Cedar Hollow, in the charged space between soil and sky, the rhythm of the world shifted slightly. A new frequency joined the chorus of the Schumann resonances, steady, rhythmic, like a heart. The feast had found its choir. And somewhere in the ionosphere, something listened back.
As sun sets on summer and dusk brings fall, the days grow short and the nights grow long. As dawn brings winter, the skies become gray, and the wind grows cold. By the fireside is where the stories are told.